Hello everybody, how are you all doing? I'm actually going to be reacting to a Slaptown video, with this one being 10 scariest haunted hospitals around the world. Now I did react to this like literally back in October, November time, back in 2018, when I started doing reaction videos. But I decided to react to it now because I want to see like if it feels any different to when I reacted to it last year. And well, and a link to this original video on Snaptown is going to be in the description box down below for those of you who want to check out the original video either before you watch this reaction or if you aren't interested in watching this reaction video. So without further ado, let's get to my reaction to this video. Let's roll the tape.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Flat Ham. Hospitals can bring hope, but they can also be full of death and despair. Today we're looking at haunted hospitals around the world and the restless spirits that haunt their halls. But before we get into it, remember to hit that subscribe button for more awesome creepy content just like this.
Yep. Before we continue, I just want to say I'm not surprised that there'll be a number of hospitals that are reported to be haunted, because like if you think about it, because like this dude Callum said, hospitals can bring hope, but also they can be a site for like because think like they can be like places of hope for people to get better, but at the same time hospitals are also a site where people can have sadly died. So and I will admit this does make sense for a hospital to be haunted, because sadly some people do pass away, which is really sad. But sadly unfortunately that's one of the sad things about life. It is everybody's going to pass away at some point in their life, so this is a downfall.
St. Elizabeth's Hospital was built in 1855, making it one of the first psychiatric hospitals in America. Looking at it, this building seems perfectly innocent, but it has a dark and secret history of abuse. Among the 8,000 patients, there were a few with extremely violent tendencies. Some of these, including John Hinchley Jr. and Richard Lawrence, had even tried to assassinate presidents. Sadly, many of the patients were gravely mistreated, which may have contributed to the ghostly energy that lingers there today. Some reports say that barbaric experiments took place at St. Elizabeth's Hospital. Ice pick lobotomies were a common theory, as thousands of brains and other medical specimens were found preserved in formaldehyde. There are also stories of unmarked graves, missing bodies, and a creepy incinerator used to dispose of human remains. Additionally, wounded soldiers were brought in during the Civil War for surgeries and medical treatment. Many didn't survive.
I probably should react to this on Halloween.
It's part owned by the government. With such a tragic history, it's no wonder visitors report chilling phenomena like phantom crying, moaning, and footsteps, or air that chills for no explainable reason.
Yeah, I'm on Steam, by the way.
Florida's Royal Hope Military Hospital was in operation from 1784 until it was demolished in 1821.
Yeah, as you could probably guess, I'm actually on Steam. That's what that thing popped up for. Because think, like, where else do you think I was going to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links?
A few years later, a replica of the original hospital was constructed. But while attempting to repair water lines on the site, workers made a chilling discovery.
Oh, come on, dude, no. This happens from time to time, like... Am I going to lose the internet connection? You gonna make me lose the internet connection? Motherfucker?
In 21. 1981.
I swear to God, if my
Years
computer
later,
loses
a
internet
replica
connection,
of the
I'm
original
gonna
hospital was constructed.
have to.
But while
If it
attempting
pauses
to
this
repair
again, I'm
water lines
gonna.
on the site,
I'm
workers
gonna
may
have to
have
stop
turned the
recording
site.
for a bit. Okay. Okay. Be right back. Just gonna. I'm gonna be right back. Hold on. Okay, back again. Now I think I might have just sorted it, so hopefully I'll be able to continue without any more hoo-ha. But finally, let me play.
A few years later, a
That thing.
replica of the original hospital was constructed. But while attempting to repair water lines on the site, workers made a chilling discovery. Royal Hope Hospital had been constructed on top of an ancient Native American burial ground. Given its gruesome history and desecration of sacred grounds, it's considered one of the most haunted places in Florida. Examples of strange supernatural occurrences include surgical equipment mysteriously shaking and beds in the wards moving on their own. Clearly, the spirits who linger at Royal Hope
Oh, just to remind you lot, no, I'm not sponsored whatsoever. Because if I was sponsored, then obviously I would have said so in the start of the video. So the fact that I never said anything about it at the start of the video clearly proves I'm not sponsored whatsoever. And anybody who says otherwise are lying to you.
Hospital are not at rest. These days, Canada's Tranquil Sanatorium is best known as a creepy filming location in
I'm not
many
gonna lie,
television
Canada
and
does
movie
seem like a nice
productions,
place to go
including
to.
the recent A-Team movie. But it also has a long and storied history as a tuberculosis treatment facility. Tranquil Sanatorium actually began as a ranch before its owners converted it into a tuberculosis hospital. Many of its over 4,000 tuberculosis patients died here, and many say the spirits linger on.
I'm not
The
surprised.
facility closed in 1958 but was reopened a few years later. It was ultimately abandoned in 1983, and since then visitors to the sanatorium have reported many unsettling experiences. For example, when wandering the halls, visitors are prone to experiencing sudden temperature drops, overwhelming feelings of sadness, and even witnessing strange, unexplainable floating orbs.
Yeah,
Taunton
I wanna
State
go there
Hospital was
again.
built in Taunton, Massachusetts in 1854. Like others on this list, this was a
Yeah, if I was gonna go to a tuberculosis hospital that's abandoned, I think I would only go there once and I probably wouldn't go there again. But then again, I don't know why I would want to go there because I don't really have any reason to go there.
psychiatric care facility with a dark history. For one thing, Taunton State was home to several notoriously dangerous patients like Jane Toppin, a nurse who confessed to murdering at least 31 people.
Damn.
By all accounts, the staff at Taunton State Hospital were even more terrifying. There are many reports of doctors and nurses forcing their patients down into the dark basement, where they would perform satanic rituals on them. Since then, anyone who visits the site feels uneasy as they approach the basement door. And if all that wasn't enough, there are also multiple reports of a mysterious shadow creature that crawls up walls and watches patients sleep.
Well, could you imagine if they restored that building and and they actually just to like reinstate that particular hospital? Oh, you can imagine that's just gonna make things. You can imagine that if any of the paranormal stuff there is true, then that's just gonna make things worse for the patients when it comes to treating them.
Severall's Hospital in Colchester, England is a psychiatric hospital that is
Colchester, England. Well, I'm no whereabouts in the UK. I'm not going to. Fuck you, bitches. I ain't going there. I'm gonna stay in the Norfolk part of the UK. So screw you. Fuck you.
actually earns its haunted reputation.
Please don't take that personally. I don't mean that in a bad way. So please don't take that one way. It says I don't like paranormal stuff so much, and I want to try and stay as far away as paranormal stuff as I can.
This facility opened in 1913 and has a lingering air of misery. Severall's is infamous for its endorsement of twisted psychiatric experiments. Patients who were committed there were subjected to full frontal lobotomies and painful electroshock therapy. You might think the limited medical knowledge at the time justified these barbaric treatments, but there's also evidence to suggest that these experiments were used as punishments for any patients who acted moody or defiant. Then there's the fact that many of the female patients committed here had no mental illnesses at all. Many were simply imprisoned in the facility by family members to hide the shame of giving birth to children out of wedlock. Severall's Hospital officially closed in 1997 and has since been the destination of choice for vandals and those with an interest in the occult. Ghost hunters believe the facility is extremely haunted. They're especially drawn to the mortuary, which they consider the epicenter of spiritual unrest.
Oh yeah. Now I just want to pause there to mention the mortuary is basically where there's one where it's just one part of the hospital where the remains of the deceased person is kept to try and preserve for as long as possible before the remains of the person gets transported um, out of the hospital to either to the morgue or to the location of the cemetery where they're going to be buried.
Pennsylvania Hospital was established in 1761 and is arguably the most famous haunted site in Philadelphia. It's yet another hospital with a history of mistreating the mentally ill. But what makes Pennsylvania Hospital unique among other haunted facilities is the dry moat that ran the length of the grounds. Here patients were forcibly made to exercise. The moat runs became a well-known spectacle, with local townsfolk coming by to watch and make cruel wagers. There was also a statue on the grounds of the philosopher William Penn. According to rumours, this statue was cursed and would come to life on the night of a full moon. Whatever you believe, this is undoubtedly a place with a very dark history.
That's just creepy.
Waverly Hills
It's
Sanatorium
basically like
is
a
one of the
statue
most
version of a
notorious
werewolf.
haunted hotspots in Kentucky. It's said to be brimming with
Kentucky.
supernatural activity, with hundreds of terrifying accounts from those brave enough to venture into the dilapidated building. The sanatorium first opened its doors in the early 1900s. Although it began as a treatment facility for tuberculosis sufferers, Western medicine at the time was proving ineffective at treating TB. Out of desperation, the doctors began performing experimental surgeries and procedures, inadvertently killing many of their own patients. Some say their spirits still roam the halls of Waverly Hills, trapped between this world and the next. Paranormal investigators have also uncovered Waverly Hills' hidden death tunnel, which was used to discreetly dispose of corpses. The death tunnel today is pitch black and gives visitors feelings of overwhelming despair. Many who have passed through say they've felt the presence of malevolent spirits grabbing at them. Finally, there are two commonly cited resident spirits at Waverly Hills: the ghost of a little boy who is often heard bouncing his ball through the hallway, and the ghost of Mary, a spirit known for playing twisted games of hide and seek with ghost hunters. Built in 1935, the old Changi Hospital has become known as one of Singapore's most infamous haunted locations. It originally served as the Royal Air Force Hospital but was later taken over by Japanese and used as a prison camp. During that time, many POWs died while being subjected to a torture chamber. These days, visitors frequently report seeing apparitions that are believed to be the victims of the Japanese. The now abandoned building has since been the site of many paranormal shows, with dozens of film and television crews attempting to capture footage of an otherworldly presence. Visitors to the old Changi Hospital have reported hearing and seeing many frightening and unexplainable things in the decrepit hallways. These include strange moaning sounds and unexplainable feelings of nausea, and stories of hostile spirits following them even outside of the hospital grounds.
Some of these are creepy. I'm not gonna
1867
lie.
saw the opening of the largest asylum in Australia, the Ararat Lunatic Asylum.
Really? Lunatic? I don't know why, but that's just reminding me of a cartoon called Lunatics Unleashed. And it's also reminding me of the lunatic. Well, there's one group of, which is one group of five people from the original Thundercats cartoon from the 1980s. Depending if anybody's ever heard of that.
This mental health care facility housed tens of thousands of patients, some of whom were among the
I
most
feel like an old
dangerous and
man
violent psychotics in the
once saying
world.
that.
During its 130 years of operation, a staggering 13,000 patients died in this facility. This is no doubt why the Ararat Lunatic Asylum, now known as the Arradale Mental Hospital, is considered one of the most haunted places in all of Australia. The facility closed in 1998 but was unexpectedly reopened 3 years later and transformed into a campus for the Australian College of Wine. With such a tragic history, it's no surprise ghost sightings and strange phenomena still commonly occur today. Many have spotted the spirit of a nurse who haunts the women's wing. Then there's the unexplainable banging in the men's isolation cells and the icy wind that passes through the old director's office. Perhaps creepiest of all is the old men's surgical wing, where anyone who passes by experiences phantom pains and sensations of being touched.
I'm not gonna lie,
Before
Sonny's
we
so
get
really
to that
creepy.
number one spot and take a look at what could be Finally, we come to Penhurst Asylum in Pennsylvania, undoubtedly one of the most frightening hospitals in existence. In its 78 years of operation, Penhurst developed a long history of neglecting, abusing, and torturing its patients. There are many tales of patients being chained to the walls, children were kept in cribs for years at a time, and there are even reports of murder. The building was initially a state school for the physically and mentally disabled. It spanned an impressive 120 acres and housed over 10,000 patients at a time. But it's clear that
Damn.
housing so many patients caused the quality of care to suffer.
That looks more like a freaking small town or something than a freaking hospital.
As this facility faced countless accusations of abuse and dehumanization before it was eventually shut down in 1986. During this time, the buildings were abandoned, with patients' belongings and medical equipment left as eerie reminders of the past. These days, brave ghost hunters continue to visit Penhurst Asylum to document its strange happenings. They've found a long list of spooky phenomena, including unexplainable audio recordings, sharp drops in temperature, and objects that move without explanation. Visitors have been pushed by unseen hostile forces, and sound recorders have picked up angry voices shouting things like, "Go away, I'll kill you, and why won't you leave?" Well, there's another episode.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna go to that particular hospital anytime soon. If they're gonna come around saying, "I will kill you," if I hear ghosts saying that they're gonna kill me, I'm not gonna stick around in that goddamn hospital. Hell no. Hell no. If you expect me to stay in that freaking hospital for 24 hours, then you've been mistaken. You will be mistaken, amigos. Because no, politely, I do not want to go there for 24 hours. No. And I do apologize if that sounded offensive by some chance. Not my intention, I swear to God. But yeah, yeah, I, I don't know why, but I will admit, with hospitals, I can sort of imagine some of these hospitals being haunted in a way because if you think about if you think about not only that you get quite a few people who do actually recover from illnesses and whatnot, but also you do sadly get some people who do sadly lose their lives there, which I will admit that is a pain. But but at the same time, you do sadly get people who lose their lives either from an illness or an injury or anything like that, which is really sad. So I can sort of understand why you might get some hospitals that are reported to be haunted by like several spirits and whatnot. Anyway, the link to this original video on the Slaptown channel will be in the description box down below. For for any of you who want to go check out the original video, and please like, comment, and subscribe and whatnot. For those of you that enjoyed this reaction video I did, and until next time, goodbye for now.